everyone. Welcome to Recognizing and Fighting Antisemitism Sway Day 1. The same directions will also hold true for Day 2. So this assignment will be completed during class time for Cohort A on Tuesday, June 1st, and for Cohort B on Thursday, June 3rd. So for this assignment, you're going to use a sway, just like the one that you've used in the past, and I'll show you that in a moment. But first I'm going to show you the form. So if you click the form, if you click on the form, in this one, this sway is going to be a little bit different than the last one. So it's going to ask you which section or sections did you research today. You should be able to click on more than one option here. And then just answer yes that you chose at least one from the list above. That will give you your points. And then you're going to have to write some information for me so that I know that you really worked hard on this and you really paid attention to what you were researching. So what are 3 new interesting things that you learned today? Please put them in your own words. Don't just copy and paste things from the website. What are 2 questions that you still have about your section or other things relating to the topic itself? And what is one reaction or feeling that you had while researching today? This is heavy material. This should affect you in some way, shape, or form. So don't just tell me the reaction, the feeling, but tell me why. What was it that you saw or that you read that gave you this reaction? All right, once you do that, then you'll be able to, actually, let's open that back up because your link is right here. There's also a link on the assignment that you can use. All right, so this is the sway for recognizing and fighting anti-Semitism. So if you, for some reason, get in here and it's not giving you a page that looks like this, there should be something on the top that says play. Just click play. So when you scroll down, you'll see all the targets, and these are the things we're going to go through in class together. All right. We will watch this video together. So if you are not in class, please make sure that you watch this video. It gives you a definition of what is anti-Semitism. This is from Echoes and Reflections, which is a website that teaches specifically about anti-Semitism and the Holocaust and has a lot of wonderful materials for teaching these particular subjects. So this is a definition we will go through together. There's some pictures. So once again, if you get to a picture section, you can just click on these and they will click and go through. These have particular captions that you can look at, right, for the pictures. And these will tell you things about the situation and how it relates to the topic that we're doing. So you just click on it, all right, and it will go through. There's some more videos that you could watch. You are free to scroll through this and check out any section besides the one that we do together, any section that you want to by yourself. And you can look at parts of it, the whole thing, at some of it, at little pieces. You will have 2 opportunities to do this. So this first day, you will have, this is a graded assignment. The second one will be used as extra credit if you choose to do it. So this gives an introduction to the Holocaust and a definition. You can click here on information. There are pictures that you can scroll through of the beginning. This is specifically the beginning of the Holocaust. This is the timeline of the Holocaust. So you will use this, or you already have used this for your remote lesson for this week, for Wednesday. So if you scroll through it on your own, you can do that as well. There's a section about the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum, and there are several videos that you can look at from some of the exhibits that they have online, and you can also take a virtual tour. So if you take the virtual tour that says you're going to leave Sway, you just click OK, and once you're in here, you can, this should pop up, and you should be able to see whatever's in this tour. So I'm hoping that when you actually do that, it will pop up. There you go. So if you click on that website, and then you can kind of, so you can grab the picture and you can pull it around. This is the lobby of the Holocaust Museum, and whenever you see these little pictures, you can go to the little picture, and then it will give you information. All right, whoops, and you can make it bigger or you can make it smaller. All right, and then you go back out, you click back out, you can go back to another section, and it will tell you what's there. And then you can just go through these, and this one is a whole hall of pictures that you can scroll through. This is one of the exhibits that you walk through as you go in, and so forth. And once you go into the exhibits, there will be different various things that you can zoom in on and read and things like that. All right. So once you are done with that, you can go back to the sway. This is Anne Frank, which some of you may have already read the Diary of Anne Frank or know about who Anne Frank is. If you go through this section, it will tell you more information about her. There's pictures. Once again, various videos, and you can also tour her home, her secret annex in Amsterdam, where she hid for a long time from the Nazis. All right, so if you step inside, all right, this one, once again, explore this room. So you can kind of go through various different places, and then you can go into different parts of the rooms, and it will bring you back into the different various pieces. You can also scroll around like we did before on the last one. All right, and there's a lot of different things to explore in the Anne Frank house as well. And if you've ever seen the movie A Fault in Our Stars, you know they actually take a trip to the Anne Frank house and they go inside of it. So down here we have a section for survivor stories, so you can watch various different interviews with people who survived the Holocaust. Down here you have a section about modern and contemporary anti-Semitism and how these things are still, unfortunately, coming up in the world. There's a whole bunch of different cases and different pieces that you can look at of modern day things and some other images, modern propaganda and things like that as you scroll through. And then there's an explanation for each section as you go. For this area, these are some resources and tools for addressing anti-Semitism, intolerance, and bias. You can absolutely click here or click here to get some of that information. And if you are into reading further about either stories with about the Holocaust or stories with Jewish protagonists relating to issues revolving around Judaism or people in the world of Judaism, you can click on some of these links and you'll have some links to books and some other ideas. Boy in the Striped Pajamas is a really great one that we were hopefully trying to do this year, but we unfortunately have run out of time. But there's many others that you can scroll through, obviously the Diary of Anne Frank and some of the other stories. And then you can go through to the other one. These are more modern, contemporary ideas, I believe, with Jewish protagonists. So these are some more that you can look up if you're interested in continuing the subject. All right, and once you are done, just make sure that you go back to the team's screen and that you fill out your form. And once you're done with your form, then you're good to go. So the part where you fill out, interesting things that you learned, if you learned about more than one section today, you can write about more than one section. You don't, 3 things that you learned doesn't have to pertain to just the one section of the sway. So you are free to explore this in whatever way you would like to do. And you'll also have another day with that as part of a second day if you choose to use it. That will not be in class for Cohort A. Cohort B, some of you may have the opportunity to look at more in class and some of you may not, depending on the band concert that is coming up and the filming of that concert. All right, so if you have any questions, feel free to let me know, but this is just like the first way that we did on the Klondike and the Yukon Gold Rush.